Hey everybody, Dan Prey from Motoprimo Motorsports in Lakeville, Minnesota. I am your Triumph champion, and I am here today to show you the Triumph Daytona 675. Now I'm going to be doing a quick video on how to install one of these guys. Now if you don't know what this is a battery tender cable. So in the wintertime, like we have here in Minnesota, which you probably can't see right now because of the glare, but we just got 20 inches of snow outside. And your bike's going to be sitting up waiting to go for a ride, and while it's waiting to go for that ride, the battery is going to slowly be dying in your garage or your storage facility. So what we're going to do today is throw a battery tender on this guy. Now I've already removed the seat bolts to make this a little bit easier to do this with, but I'll show you how to do this real quick. So most standard sport bikes, metric sport bikes, Japanese, English, most sport bikes nowadays have the battery under the seat like this one does right there. So you're going to need to pull the seat off. Now on this type of bike, what you're going to do, there's going to be a bolt here and a bolt here. These are two Allen head bolts. They're going to be different on every single bike, but I know Yamahas are a lot like this. They have two bolts in the back. Suzuki's and Kawasaki's typically have them right here on the sides, so you got to pull off a side panel, but this is pretty easy. So batteries right here. I've already started unscrewing these to make this a little bit easier. But what you'll see is obviously red is going to be hot and black is going to be your ground or your earth, depending on where you live. You might call it something different, but same thing with the power tender cable. You have a red side and you have a black side. So just kind of look for those to match up. It's pretty easy. You shouldn't be able to mess that up if you're paying attention to what you're doing. But what we're going to do here, so these are 10mm bolts. It might be a little bit different, but as you can see, they have a little Phillips head screw on the top, along with being a bolt. So these are 10mm on most bikes, just depends on the manufacturer. So pull this little red guy back, finish undoing this screw, pop that out. So as you can see here, same deal, they're exactly the same. We'll just set those back there for now. Alright, move these cables out of the way. And what you have is your battery, right? So on this bike, it's pretty easy to stand this battery up a little bit, and we can still get to stuff. Now what we're going to do is take our cable, take the twist tie off of it, set that to the side. Those are good to keep. You never know when you're going to need a twist tie for something. Alright, so when you stretch this guy out, you have a good length. So that'll give you somewhere to put it so it can hang out, so you can actually access it. Now this is fused. You can see you get a fuse cover here with a fuse inside. Just in case you get too much ampage going through there, too much voltage, it will pop the fuse and it will stop charging your battery, so you won't have any major damage to your battery. So if this is hooked up incorrectly or something happens out of the ordinary. So basically what we're going to do here is, what I like to do is I like to put these on top of your main cables. So if you put these on top of your main cables instead of underneath, then you're going to always have main power going through your main lines and then your power commander, or your power tender cable, sorry. So here's how we're going to set this up. Hopefully I can hold the camera and do it at the same time. So what we will do, and I want to run this kind of up and try to shove it through here, through the backside into the back seat. So all you have to do is pop off the back seat cover, which is just keyed, which most sport bikes are. This is what I do on my personal bike too. It just makes it easier in the winter time. You pop the back seat off, plug it in, put the back seat back on, and you're good to go. So we'll take the bolt, we will shove it in the line like that. So you just have it in the hole, pretty easy to do. Sorry, the camera's a little shaky. I'm doing two things at once here. So then you want to get everything kind of lined up, and then you want to put it through your ground or your power. This is going to work the same on both ones. And then put the bolts in like that, and then you're just going to tie it down, tighten it all down, and you're going to be good to go. So same thing on the other side. We put the power cable up first, so you have main power going through, and then you're going to hook up your power commander cable to that. Same exact thing, tie it down. So I'm going to get this kind of started here and get it put together, and then I'll show you how to thread this through to the backside so that you can access the power easier. Now you can run this through wherever you want. If you want it coming out of the gas tank or coming out by your leg or whatever, you can do all that. I just personally like it threaded through the backside first. So I'm going to do that, and I'll cut right back. Okay, so now you can see basically what we got here. Battery cable is installed. This is the battery tender cable. I'll show you how this works here. Really simple. So now you'll actually have another end that plugs into the wall, but this will stay on your bike all the time. So this cable has this little cover, and then you got this little, what we call a pigtail, and then you will plug the other port into this that's plugged into the wall, and then you'll have a constant trickle charge. Doesn't work real well of just recharging batteries. It will have to sit for a long time to do so, but works really well on just tending to batteries. So keep that in mind. This is not really designed to bring your battery back to life if you have a dead battery, but it will save your battery from getting to that point where it is dead. So, and not just this itself, it does have to be plugged into the wall, don't forget that. So now we got this done. So you can hang this off wherever you want. You could just pile it up in here like that and leave it if you want. I like my setups to be a little bit cleaner than this. So what we will do, because there's a battery strap here, this will hold down the battery. We'll hook that back up in a second, but this guy, now you have some stuff in the way. Obviously you got some cables, some data ports, things like that. So trying to find the best way to push this through is what you want to do first. So the easiest way to do that is on this Daytona, put the key in, give it a twist, and then pull your seat off, set this to the side, and then you have the back end here, so where you can see where you're going to keep, you know, your toolkit, your minor little toolkit here the bike comes with, and then this is all just plastic, so this is flexible. So we can see down this side is probably the best route to put this, because we have some opening over here, where over here there's some junk in the way, so this is going to be the easiest way. And I always like to just, you know, kind of try to find that easy way through when we're working on stuff like this. So you can see here, we're just threading it. I'm not doing anything special, just kind of threading it up and in like this, and then give it a tug, pull it up, and then kind of push this stuff down and out of the way so it's not all cluttery looking, and make sure your terminals and everything are really nice and tight. And then we're going to pull this up, and so now when you look at your bike, your cable's accessible. You can get to it no matter where you store it in here. You can kind of find it. Now here's where that twist tie kind of comes into play. If you saved it, if it came with it, now you can strap it to one of these lines in here, kind of go like this so it doesn't get away like it kind of did for me there for a second. You can twist tie it up. I don't know if I can do this one-handed. I probably have to have two hands to do it, but go like this, give it a twist, and then it'll stay put. So there you go. Now it's accessible. It's not going to go anywhere. You can tuck it back down like that and look real nice and clean. You don't really notice it in there. You can pull it out, put it back down. So when you go to charge your bike, basically all you're going to do now, once your front seat's bolted back on, pop up the back seat with the key. You can put that in the keyhole, give it a twist, pop the seat off, grab your cord, boom, there you go. You're all ready. So this is a 2016 Triumph Daytona. We'll put it back together real quick. I hope this guys, I really hope this helps you with winter storage. If you're going to go on vacation, I'd recommend doing this too. You know, anything like that will just really just help maintain that battery so that thing stays good. So the next time you want to go riding, your machine's all ready to rock and roll. You don't have any issues. And you're just, you know, really ready to roll. So this is Dan Prey from Motoprimo Motorsports in Lakeville, Minnesota. I want to thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends if you think that they're going to need some help doing this too. And we'll talk to you in the next one.